Welcome to Bell Education, which is a knockoff of Khan Academy. And today we're learning about unit circles. So I'm going to start off by creating a circle right here and parting it into 4 different pieces. Now this is 1, 0, 0, negative 1, negative 1, 0, and this is 0, 1. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is find our radius. So the diameter is 2, so radius is 1. So we put down here that r equals 1. And we're gonna begin by creating a radian by making a line going straight through the top right part of the circle. We want to do the top right area because we want everything to be positive. So we're gonna label this angle theta. And we're going to label it angle theta because we don't know the length or how big the angle is. And here we're creating a line going straight down because we want to make this angle into a triangle. So now we're going to label the sides. And what I learned from Khan Academy is that the hypotenuse is always the same length as the radius. So in this case, the hypotenuse is 1. And we're going to label this side B and the bottom side A. And I'm going to create a coordinate right here and call it AB. And the reason I'm doing that is because A is going to match this A right here. So it's going to be the length, also the X of this triangle, and B is going to be the height, which is the Y of this triangle. So after doing that, we're going to start the equations. So when creating a unit circle, all you see on the outside, what you put on the outside is the cosine and the sine of the angle in that circle. So the equations you use for that, okay, so for cosine, which is c, which is cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine of theta equals a over 1, and cosine of theta still is a. And second, you have the sine that you have to do. So which is sine equals, well, sine of theta equals b over 1. And sine of theta in this case is still b. So then, not all unit circles require the tangent from what I've saw during my research, but the equation for tangent is tan of theta equals sine of theta over cosine of theta, which equals the y over x, which in this case is b over a. So now I'm going to actually create a new circle, and we're going to make an actual unit circle. So I'm going to create a new circle here, part it into 4 pieces again. It's going to be 1, 0, 0, negative 1, negative 1, 0, and 0, 1. Okay, so now this time I'm going to label it the degrees as well. So this is 0, 360, 90, 180, 270. So the 3 most important angles in unit circles is, oh, don't forget the radius, is the 30-degree angle, the 45-degree angle, and the 60-degree angle. So I'm going to create a chart over here on the side, and it's going to have all the angles, the 3 most important angles, and their information. So we're going to have the 30, the 45-degree, and the 60-degree. And the first thing, I'm going to put their information here. So I'm going to first put the sine of that angle, the cosine of that angle, and then the tangent of that angle. So a pattern I learned is that sine is always 1, 2, 3, and cosine is always 3, 2, 1. So it's always and the denominator is always 2. So the sine of angle 30 would be 1 over 2. The sine of angle 45 would be the square root of 2 over 2. And then for angle 60, it'd be the square root of 3 over 2. And now, like I said, there's a 1, 2, 3. Now cosine is the complete opposite. So the cosine of 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. Then square root of 2 over 2. Then 1 over 2. So figuring out the tangents for each of these, let me scoot this over. Figuring out the tangents, we have to do tan of 30 degrees equals sine 30 over cosine 30, which in this case is 1 over 2, 1 over 2 divided by 3 over 2, which equals 1/3. Or it could also be square root of 3 over square root of 3. So in this case, it's 1 over square root of 3, or also square root of 3 over square root of 3. Now to find the tangent of 45, you do tan 45 degrees equals sine 45 over cosine 45, which this case is square root of 2 over 2 divided by square root of 2 over 2 again, which in that case equals 1. So the tangent of that would be 1. And for tan 60, try to do it up here. Tangent of 60 will be sine 60 over cosine 60, which in this case is 3 over 2 divided by 1 over 2, which equals square root of 3. So now we have all the answers for our unit circle. And to create the unit circle, you have these 3 degrees here. So on the side, you always put cosine first, and then you put sine outside of the circle. So for 30, I'd put 3, square root of 3 over 2, and then a comma, and then I'd put 1 over 2. And that's what you see around the circle, going around the circle. So cosine of 45, square root of 2 over 2, comma, square root of 2 over 2 again, and so on and so forth. And throughout the circle, you keep going by those 30 degrees. By heart, I don't exactly know what those 30 degrees are. I know this is 150, so on and so on. So you kind of basically keep going with this same pattern, going around the whole entire circle. And that is what I learned about unit circles. Thank you.
Bye-bye.